continuing with a
Recording in progress.
right. Last Friday, we had started off with the series that I began in the first Friday meeting that I attended of, and that was who and how, wherein we are trying to understand who needs to be our friend, or what are the qualities that we need to look at in a friend, and how can we be a good friend. That is what we try to understand through this character study. So when I asked last time, we had completed with the Second Thessalonians. So when I asked last time as to what is it that we need to do, what is it that you require, so many of you said that, Achin, let us take a break from the regular Bible study and do something different, and that is how we took up this character study. But after the meeting all got over, I got a message from Kevina stating that there was a request, Achin, that many of you are preparing for your marriage, and you want to know what exactly this marriage is all about, but not exactly എന്താ പറയുന്നത് ഒരു പക്ക premarital അല്ല, എന്നാൽ the biblical references, how we can relate it to it, what is it that we should look in the right partner, how is it that we can find a right partner, many different things. But since this travel was there, I thought of taking that in the next class, so that I'll be sure that I'll not miss out on saying anything, and continue with this. So we'll take a break from the regular Bible studies, and for a moment, for a few weeks, I will dwell into any of the topics that you want to discuss, you want to take in, so you can let me know. In that way we can go. So we have been dealing with this theme, who and how, as it who you might have seen the poster in our group. Who is it that we need to take up as friends, and how is it possible for us to be such a friend? We saw two characters till now, two characters for all those who were not there, or just a recap or a reminder. We saw two characters. One was Nathan, wherein we said that we need to have an editor in our life. It's very much necessary that we have an editor in our life always. And the second character that we took was Barnabas, wherein we said that if we have somebody who gives us a punch and says that this is not the way that you should move, this is not the way that you should go, we should also have a friend who will pat on our back and encourage us when we are down, to tell us that, oh, I am there for you, I stand with you, you may fail, but here is a person who's always there for you. So today we are going to look at yet another character. But before we go into it, just look at the picture over here. Now, out of this, which is the position that you would love to be in? I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 characters are there, right? Which position would you love to be in? ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ ചാറ്റ് അയക്കാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പറയാം. Yeah, you have understood അല്ലേ? എൻ്റെ വൈഫ് പറയുന്ന അച്ഛൻ ഒന്ന് എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യാതെ എന്തുവാണെന്ന്. അപ്പം ഐ സെഡ് ദാറ്റ് ഇത്രയും കൊച്ചു പിള്ളേരൊന്നും അല്ലല്ലോ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യാൻ. റൈറ്റ്, യു ഹാവ് അണ്ടർസ്റ്റുഡ്, ഐ നോ. Yeah.
I think, Acha, you're talking about the position first, second, or third.
Yeah, first,
right?
second, third, and there is a person standing down.
I think it will probably be either the person standing down or third, because it's still you learning and you're growing. If you're at the top, you're considered like you know everything, or there's nothing more beyond this sort of thing. So I think I would rather be at either the person standing down or the third. So there's
Okay.
still scope of learning.
Okay, with regard, okay, still scope of learning. So you say that I'll prefer to stay down or in the third position, right? Yet to come to the first or the second position. Is that how you see life also? Always you want to be fourth position or third position? That is how you see life also?
I think it's more like seeing life always in the learning curve. I mean, there's nothing that you've always learned. Every step of the way you're learning, irrespective of what point you are in life. I don't think there's anything as you've achieved everything. It's always in that growing stage. That's how it's been for me.
Okay, thank you. Any other responses? Anybody else who would like to share where you would like to be in this picture? Where you would like to, red box. Okay, Kevina, red box. Oh, first one. Oh, okay. Always to be on the top. Shari. Okay. Yeah. Any other responses?
I,
Yes,
I
Kavin.
didn't I didn't I didn't think in that way of always to be on the top.
Pinne?
But then I meant like be on the top and please help people out.
Be on
That
the
kind of
top. Be on the top
and help people out.
help people out. Okay. 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 Oh, Pinne. Yes. A good Christian. I'm at the top, but I am at the top to help people out. Shari. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Any other responses? Two very different, varied responses, huh? Okay. Yes. Any other responses? Where would you? I think that anybody can. നമുക്ക് പറയാൻ പറ്റും എവിടെ ആകണം. I won't ask. പലരും പറയാത്തത് because they are thinking that I might ask why. ഇല്ലേ? ആ why ചോദിക്കുന്നില്ല. നിങ്ങൾ ഇത്രയും മാത്രം പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി. Which position would you like? Yes. Any other one or two responses? Everyone there? ഉണ്ട്. Yes. അല്ല എല്ലാവരും I don't have anybody sending me a chat. In today's world, only people who come first are considered worthy of one and attention. So I would want first place. Okay, Sherry. Thank you. Okay. I would love or I would want first place. Okay, Sherry. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Sherry. Korpila. I won't. I'm not wasting time because I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Okay, about 3 responses that we got, and from 3 responses, 2 responses states that we would want the first position. We would want to be in the first position. That is quite natural for every one of us. In fact, everyone wants to be in the first position. Our parents wants us to be in the first position, right? From the very childhood, this is one thing that we say, that we are tired of hearing. അവന് ചെയ്യാമെങ്കിൽ നിനക്ക് എന്താ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാത്തത്? അവനും ഫസ്റ്റ് ആയാലോ നീ പഠിക്കാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് അല്ലെ നീ ഇത് ചെയ്യാത്തത്. So we always want that is there filled in our mind. None of our parents said നീ പഠിച്ചില്ലേലും കുഴപ്പമില്ല, നീ ഫെയിൽ ആയാലും കുഴപ്പമില്ല. That is not at all a problem, right? You study as you want. There are very rarely, and when we become parents also, we may think when we were students, when we were youths, when I become a parent, I will not tell all these to my children. But when we become the parent, we also start off with the same thing. You have to be the first tagan sramikia. That is quite natural. There is nothing wrong in that. I do believe. Anybody who knows this person? അറിയാൻ സാധ്യതയില്ല. Well, he is a great musician named Leonard Bernstein, right? A reason why I have put up his picture was because I recently read an article. He was asked a question, which is the instrument which is most difficult to play? Which instrument do you think is the most difficult to play? And the answer that he gave, that quite surprised me. The answer was the one which made me to read that particular article. And the answer that he gave was, he thought for a second, and this is the answer that he gave. He said it is the second fiddle. Fiddle is similar to violin, not much of a difference. It is only the way the music is being played. Violin and fiddle, one and the same, right? And he says the second fiddle, and he answers, and he adds on to his answer, and he says, see, I can get plenty of first violinists, right? But it is very hard to find someone who can play second fiddle with enthusiasm, right? With enthusiasm. And that's a problem. And if we have no second fiddle, there is no harmony, right? If everybody wants to be the first violinist, the problem is that we may get plenty of them, but the problem is there won't be any harmony in the song. So to bring in the harmony, we need to have someone who will be there in the 4th position, who would be there in the 3rd position, right? If we all are there in the first position, there won't be harmony in the place that we are in. But unfortunately, none of us love to be in this particular place. Today we are going to study about a character who I believe is a character who never wanted to be first, or never ever from his life that is portrayed in the Bible, in the Word of God. Nowhere that we can see that this person wanted a title, or this person wanted to be known, or wanted to people to know for what things he has done. That is this character. very familiar character, but we'll try to look at him in a different way. Anybody who can from the picture say who the character is? പറ്റത്തില്ല. ഞാനിത് കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചതുകൊണ്ട് എനിക്കറിയാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചാൽ എനിക്കും അറിയത്തില്ല. Right? It's very difficult. Right? But I'll tell you the character that we are going to think about today is Andrew. And I would title him as the ordinary friend who makes other extraordinary. Right? So we have this is the third friend that we are going to deal with. The first friend who was an editor in our life, who will see to it that he edits certain portions of our life wherein we have gone wrong, things that we are not doing right, he will correct us. The second was the one who's always there to encourage us, the encourager friend. And today this character I have titled him as the ordinary friend, right? But he's an ordinary friend who loves to make others extraordinary. You'll not find stories of Andrew walking on water. You will not find stories of Andrew preaching to a great community or to a great crowd, right? But we can see when we look at his life that his leadership was equally impressive, and he knew certain relational ministry. That is where his value comes in. His eagerness to follow Christ was something that we can very well see. When we look at Andrew's life, see, he's never written a book. He never spoke up or out of turn. And as a matter of fact, I'm sure that when you have read the Bible, he is a person who's mentioned very less. In fact, after Acts chapter 1, he's never ever again mentioned in the Bible. That is who Andrew is. And when we look at the Bible, just a quick look into the Bible, when we look at the Bible, we can see that Andrew is mentioned only 12 times in the entire New Testament. And out of these 12 times, 12 times, 4 of these times are simply the list of 12 epistles. Right? Only 12 times that his name has come up in the Bible, in the New Testament. And out of these 12, it is only 8 times where he is mentioned with something that he is doing, something that is happening. Rest 4 times it is with the list of the 12 epistles that we find in the gospel. With regard to the Bible portion, in Matthew chapter 4 verse 18, 10 verse 2, Mark chapter 1 verse 16, 29, 3 verse 8, 13 verse 3, Luke chapter 6 verse 14, Acts chapter 1 verse 13, John 1 40, 44, 6, 8 and 12, 22. These are the different portions in the Bible that we can find wherein Andrew is mentioned. Now, looking at the name Andrew very quickly, when we look at the name Andrew, we can see that Andrew, the name Andrew is Andreas in Greek, which means aner or andros, meaning man, or in other words, this word is in a way related to what you say, courage, and is mostly defined as manly. When we look at the Bible, it is Peter who's portrayed in this character, Elie. The courage that he has, taking up the sword, right? Speaking on behalf of all the other disciples. In that way, it is the character that we see in Peter, but his name means manly, right? It shows, or it tells about courage. When we look at Andrew in the Bible, you might have, in fact, it is, I don't think so, there is any, most of the time that Andrew is mentioned in the Bible, in most occasions, he is mentioned as Simon Peter's brother, right? Peter is never mentioned as Andrew's brother. Every time that Andrew is mentioned, he is mentioned as Simon Peter's brother. And so it is said by many theologians and commentators that either Andrew is younger or he is less important. That is the reason why he's always mentioned along with the character who's more known, who's more well known, or who's more who is more authoritative, or who's more in prominence. So in that way, he's always referred to as Simon Peter's brother, meaning he's either younger, he's the second one, or he is not of that much prominence. Also, we see in the Bible that the occupation that he was involved in was he was a fisherman. Right? In Matthew chapter 4, 18 to 20, Mark 1, 16 to 20, Jesus first encounters Andrew while he was fishing. We all know that story. So, with regard to his name, it denotes something manly, courageous. With regard to his importance in the family, it might be that he's not as important as Peter is, right, in the community that is expected over there. And with regard to his occupation, we can see that he is a fisherman. When we look at the Bible, it is also said that before being the disciple of John the Baptist, we can see that Andrew was the disciple of before being the disciple of Jesus, he was the disciple of John the Baptist. John chapter 1 verse 35 to 42. John chapter 1 verse 35 to 42. If I ask you, before telling you who the character is that we are going to study, who was the first person to call Jesus as Messiah, most of our answers would have been Peter, Simon Peter. But when we look in the Bible, the first person to call Jesus as Messiah is our character Andrew. In John chapter 1 verse 35 to 42. But seldom, who do you say that I am? It was Peter who said that you are the Son of the living God. It is always, many a times we misunderstand and we say that it is Peter who recognized Jesus as Christ, as Messiah. But we see that in the very beginning itself, when Andrew was a disciple of John the Baptist, at that time itself, Andrew recognized Jesus as being the Messiah. So that is something of importance. Not only that, in the Byzantine church refers to Andrew as Protoclete, just for your information. Now, what does this word mean? This word means that it is Andrew who followed Jesus before any other disciples, right? He was the first one to follow Jesus. And so the Byzantine church refers to Andrew as Protoclete, which means he is the first one called, or he is the first one to follow other than all the disciples. Now, with these facts that I said, I'm sure that our understanding of Andrew has changed at least a little. He has come into prominence at least a little. Till now, you're a very ordinary person, right? He's still an ordinary person, but that is what his goodness is all about. He remains this ordinary person, but he has done something which no one else has done. But many a times, neither the preachers of now nor the people of that day recognized how great this Andrew was. Many a times. But we see, with all these things that we looked upon right now, we see that he indeed was a great person. Few qualities that I find in Andrew as a friend. When I look at Andrew as a friend, few qualities that I would like someone to be like Andrew and in a way have these qualities in them. And I would believe that there might be some who would wanting these qualities from me also. 5 or 6 qualities, very quickly, very simple qualities that I could find in him. One, I would say, he was a seeker of truth. See, I told you that he was by profession a fisherman. Now, if Jesus came and called, Jesus came, all of a sudden he called, come follow me. They left their nets, left their boats and follow him. But before being a disciple of Jesus, we find that he was a disciple of John the Baptist. So there is something in this person, Andrew, which wants to find or which wants to understand as to what exactly the truth is. He's not satisfied with certain answers. He thinks that there is something more, and he's always on the lookout to find that something more. He always wanted to explore. He was not at all interested in settling down with the profession that he is in right now. He wanted to know God. He wanted to know what God intends in his life. And I'm sure that he was searching for good company. How else could he have gone and fallen into being a disciple of John the Baptist. When many others at that particular time didn't like what John the Baptist was saying, here we see a person who thought that what John the Baptist is saying is right. All throughout John the Baptist, ഒറ്റ പ്രസംഗമായിരുന്നു, repent, 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 be baptized. We don't like somebody to correct us. How often would you like us to correct us? നമുക്ക് ആർക്കും ഇഷ്ടമല്ല കറക്ഷൻ പറയുന്നവരെ നമ്മൾ അവരോട് മിണ്ടത്തില്ല. That is what John the Baptist is. But this particular Andrew, listening, I think it might be listening to the sermons of John the Baptist, he felt that he is different from other people. There is something in him. I need to understand from where his knowledge comes from. I want to know how is it that he can speak all these things. He certainly knows much more than I know. And so I want to know that. He is a seeker of truth. Do we have such a friend who is a seeker of truth? Or are we such a person who really wants to find out what the truth is, what the reality is, wanting or having a desire to know more about God? Is that a quality there in us? So I say he would be a seeker of truth. Randa. Secondly, he is a soul winner. Now, unfortunately, I forgot my Bible, so I don't have it right now with me. But you just note down. Now, when you look at these words, there are two words. The first word is first, and the second word is find. Both these words you'll find in your Bible. Different translations, it might be a little different. But when he saw Jesus, right, the first thing that Andrew did was to go and find his brother. He first found his brother after seeing Jesus. Even Jesus has said, a prophet is never accepted in his own place. Jesus too could feel that. But we see that it is Andrew going back to his to the place where he is involved, the family where he is, right? I would say that family would be the most difficult place to witness. ഒന്ന് ചിന്തിച്ചു നോക്കേ. I can go and make a witness statement anywhere in any church. ഒരു വലിയ പ്രശ്നമൊന്നുമില്ല, because nobody knows me. Nobody knows me in and out. ഞാൻ എന്ത് പറയുന്നു കണ്ണടച്ച് അവർ വിശ്വസിക്കും. If I cry, they will cry with me. If I laugh, they will laugh with me. But the same thing I cannot do at my home, right? Because my wife, my son, my daughter, my parents, they know me in and out. Whether I am bluffing, whether I am being real, they'll know it by heart. But that is where this Andrew really attracts me a lot. See, he had a great influence on his family, no doubt about it. We find Peter always being authoritative. We find Peter always taking the charge. But here we see that Simon Peter makes a decision based on Andrew. Right? He makes a decision based on Andrew. And that itself, I do believe that Simon Peter has a lot of respect for Andrew. In that way, he in every way, when we as we move forward, we'll see he's always tried his level best to win a soul. And how is that possible? If Simon Peter could be in a way motivated to follow Jesus just by saying that yes, I have found a Messiah, and he could see the what you say, the intensity with which Andrew has spoken, അതായിരിക്കാം that made Peter to take up a decision to follow Jesus. Are we able to do that today? Do we have that respect in our family? അതൊരു വലിയൊരു ചോദ്യമാണ്. And that is something that we need to understand. But I would say that such a great quality. He was really, though he was a silent character, in his silence itself, he did prove many things at home. He did prove many things in the community. And so in that way, he was indeed a soul winner. Thirdly, He was a simple friend, a simple, ordinary friend, but he was always a solution finder. How wonderful to have a friend when we end up with something and we have no other way to go out, when we have nothing to do. How important to have a friend who'll find a solution out. Just to do the kids and the teens, the reason that I had to wait over there was because പാട്ട് പാടണം, I have to show the videos, and for that I need to use that green screen and all, so that cannot be done in the car. So I was at a place, one of my former parish member, one of the youths, Danny എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു പയ്യനാണ്. The one thing that I like about this Danny is that he's completed his mechanical engineering. Now he's thinking about going to Italy to pursue his post-graduation. So he's in the process. He's free right now. But one thing that I have loved about this particular person is he will try his level best to do things very easily. മെനക്കെടാത്ത ഒരു പയ്യനാണ്. I call him lazy. But he says that, Achan, it is not because I'm lazy, but because I find out ways in which it can be done easily. Wherein you spend 3 hours, I spend only half an hour, right? പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോഴും അവനെ വിളിക്കുന്ന മടിയൻ എന്നാണ്. പക്ഷെങ്കിൽ when I look at his life, see, he many a times finds many complicated things. He comes up with many beautiful and wonderful easy things to do out. A solution finder. How good to have a friend like that when we are in a problem, to just to take us out of that problem. The incident that I am referring to over here, it is very familiar to us, wherein Jesus feeds with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes 5,000 men. Jesus was speaking for long, all hungry, wanting food, needing food. Philip coming up with the account statement and all. But there we see Andrew coming out with a small solution, right? He has something that when he believes that when he gives to the master, something extraordinary can come out. So here is a friend who is a solution finder. Fourthly, the fourth quality that I find in him is he is a selfless disciple. How wonderful to have somebody so selfless, isn't it? I don't know if അങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടോ ആരെങ്കിലും. I don't have any in my list who's a selfless disciple. All that have been there with me, they always want something from me. ചിലർ ഇടയ്ക്ക് വിളിക്കുന്നത് അതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു സെൽഫ്ലെസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു ഫ്രണ്ട് till now I have not got, unfortunately. But if you have, it's really nice if you have it. But when we look at Andrew's life, it's absolutely selfless, completely selfless. Now why do I say this? The portions that I have mentioned over here, Matthew chapter 17 verses 1 to 8, Mark chapter 9 verses 2 to 8, and Luke 9 28 to 36, it is the transfiguration that happens. In Mount Gethsemane, in healing of synagogue ruler's daughter Jairus, right? In everywhere, we can see that he is not included, though he was the first. ഈ സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലെല്ലാം it was Peter, John, James, that small community. സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ആർക്കായാലും ഒരു പ്രയാസം വരുന്നില്ലേ? എടാ, who is it that brought Peter to Jesus? It is me. We would have certainly asked Jesus, see, you just understand, it was I the first one to go and tell you that you really are the Messiah, and now you are not even including me in your inner circle. You are taking my brother, you are taking the other friends with them, but you have not included me in the inner circle. See, I believe that the carnal side that is inside of us would have certainly reacted. There would be bitterness, there would be anger, right? There would be jealousy, there would be rivalry, there might be division. But nowhere in the Word of God do we read about Andrew having such a quality. He was happy with what he had, right? He was happy with what he had. And so I say that he was a fifth quality. I would say he's a satisfied human. Is there anyone in our list who's satisfied? Who's contented? Who's happy? നമ്മുടെ ലിസ്റ്റിൻ്റെ അകത്തുണ്ടോ ആരെങ്കിലും അങ്ങനെ? Still not happy with what we are having, not happy with the way our boss treats us, not happy with the way our children are behaving to us, all those who are married, not happy with the way the parents are understanding us. ഒരിടത്തും സാറ്റിസ്ഫാക്ഷൻ ഇല്ല അല്ലേ? We thought that when we move from this job to this job, we'll be happy or it will make us happy. Unfortunately, it has become worse than that. Again, we are dissatisfied. Many a places we wanted, we were the ones who were to be given the first preference, but we were not given. Sometimes Achan doesn't call out our name. Sometimes Achan doesn't call me. I did so many things. At home, parents don't give me, don't consider me in taking decisions. They make their own decisions. So many things, Elie. I just look at his life and see there were so many things that he could have dealt with. He never was, in a way, I don't know if you have felt that way, but sometimes the talents that I don't have, when I see it in somebody else's, I always, ദൈവം എന്താ എനിക്ക് അത് തരാഞ്ഞ്? I always have felt that. Why am I not able to do that? In fact, ഏത് ടാലൻ്റ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും അതെല്ലാം എനിക്ക് കിട്ടണമെന്ന് വലിയ ആഗ്രഹമുണ്ട്, ഇപ്പോഴും ഉണ്ട്. I don't know, it might be quite natural, അല്ലേ? We all love to. But see, this Andrew, in that way, I don't believe he had any special talent. But within his capacity, he did his duty for the Lord. He worked silently and led people to the Lord. With a humble, calm, modest spirit, I would say, he became an obedient witness for the Christ. I believe that he's really an example, especially for all those who are in ministry. ഈ ഒരു ശുശ്രൂഷയിലായിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ, see, I shared that in last Friday's sermon, in our divine service, in the Malayalam service. There in the opening, I have always, many people have asked me, why are you a priest? Sometimes I look at that question with a suspicion. Is it because of my behavior that they are asking? എന്തിനാടാ നീ അച്ഛനായത്? വേറെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു പണിക്ക് പോവില്ലായിരുന്നു? Is it because of my talk, my way of doing? But sometimes they ask out of a curiosity. Why did you take up this vocation? And then the answers that we give is the answers that are trending around, right? To gain souls, right? To gain people around. That is the reason. എന്നൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ പറയും. ഞാനും അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. I have heard many people saying it. But see, it is very rarely that we say that ഭയങ്കര സന്തോഷമാണ് എനിക്ക് ഈ ശുശ്രൂഷയിലായിരിക്കുന്നത്. I am so happy to be in this ministry. I am so satisfied. I am so contented. It's very difficult. ഞാൻ അറിഞ്ഞോ അറിയാതെയോ ഭയങ്കര എന്താ പറയുന്നത്, ഒരു I'm not getting that word, പക്ഷെങ്കിൽ ഒരു വല്ലാത്ത സ്റ്റേറ്റിലാണ് പല ഞങ്ങളെ അച്ഛന്മാർ. നോട്ട് അറ്റ് ഓൾ ഹാപ്പി വിത്ത് തിങ്സ് ആർ. ഞങ്ങളെ ഇടുന്നിടത്ത് ഇഷ്ടമല്ല, വിടുന്നിടത്ത് ഇഷ്ടമല്ല, എന്ന് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഇഷ്ടമല്ല, പല no satisfaction that is there. And when I was just looking at this person's life, my God, there were so many things that he could have been unhappy about, but nowhere that we can see that he is not happy with the way things have turned out, people have reacted, or people have looked at him. No way that he can be told as. And sixthly, I would say he's a social being. Peter was a wonderful person. He would I would say, നമ്മളിൽ ചിലരുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ, ഈ ആളുകളെ കാണുമ്പോൾ ആളാകും. അങ്ങനെ ചിലരുണ്ട്. 2 പേരെ 10 പേരെ അല്ലാത്തപ്പോൾ മിണ്ടത്തില്ല. 10 പേരെ കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവിടെ എഴുന്നിട്ട് ചാടിപ്പറിച്ച് ഒരു ഞാനാണ് ഇതെല്ലാം നടത്തുന്നത്, ഐ എം ദ വൺ ഹൂസ് ഓൾ ഡൂയിങ് ദിസ് എന്ന് കാണിക്കുന്ന ചിലരൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. I would put Peter in that category, right? But this person, Andrew, I believe he is more accepted by people rather than all the disciples. See, 3 times in the Bible, we are told that Andrew, or in fact, is shown as the one who introduced other people to Jesus. And all the three are very much familiar to us. The first one is wherein he introduces his brother Simon to Jesus in John chapter 1. The second incident we just referred to, wherein he introduces a small boy to Jesus in John chapter 6. And the third instance you would be able to recollect is when he introduced a delegation of foreigners to Jesus in John chapter 12, the Gentiles who came in. See, all throughout these places, somewhere down the line, with regard to the boy being brought up over there, I think that many disciples would have asked or looked at him. പക്ഷേ ചിലരെ കണ്ടാൽ കൊടുക്കാൻ തോന്നത്തില്ല അല്ലേ? ചിലർ നമ്മളോട് ചോദിച്ചാൽ നമുക്ക് കൊടുക്കാൻ തോന്നത്തില്ല. പക്ഷെ ചിലർ ചോദിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരിതുമില്ലാതെ നമ്മളങ്ങ് കൊടുക്കും. And I believe that is who this Andrew is. Right? A very social being, gelling out with people, being one with people, understanding them, what it is. There was time when the Gentiles were not, there was a little bit of discussion whether they need to be brought to Jesus or not. But Andrew takes them. He is one among all, no matter who that person is. And last, as we look at his quality, I would say, is a silhouette than a portrait. Right? He is the first called. Right? He is the first called. But he is the first man to follow Jesus. But he is rarely mentioned in the Bible. He does not have a primary state in the accounts of the gospel. He has not written anything. He has not done any big act. He is always mentioned as the brother of Peter. Two totally different characters. We always love to be in that frame of portrait. Would never love to be in the background, right? Or as a small shadow. We would never love to be. We would always love to be in the portrait mode. നമ്മുടെ ഈ മൊബൈലിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് പോർട്രേറ്റ് മോഡ് ഉണ്ട് ഈ പുതിയ അല്ലേ? ഐ ലവ് ടേക്കിംഗ് പിക്ചേഴ്സ് ഇൻ ദ പോർട്രേറ്റ് മോഡ്. സോ ബ്യൂട്ടിഫുൾ. നമ്മളെ ഇങ്ങനെ എൻലാർജ് ആക്കും, പുറയിലത്തേതിനെല്ലാം ബ്ലേർഡ് ആക്കും. ആൻഡ് ഈവൻ ദ സൂം ആസ് ഇറ്റ് റൈറ്റ് നൗ അല്ലേ? മെനി ഓഫ് us do that. Nothing of the background is being seen. Only we are projected ഇങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുകയാണ്. We all love that, to see that way. My daughter, she loves to be in front of a camera. And that is the reason why we always have to check on her. Because what she'll do is, even when the class is going on, she will pin herself on that screen. And then she will do ചില കോപ്രായങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ കാണിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. She loves to be in front of a mirror. She loves to be in front of a camera. It's quite natural for us to always come up. അല്ലേ? മുന്നേ വന്ന് ഇതിൻ്റെ മുന്നേ നിൽക്കുക. To be in that way, but to be in the background. Not to be seen by everyone, but doing something very important. Doing something that is of more importance than coming and being in the front. To take up that leadership role, that is so important. I believe that this Andrew was an ordinary friend. And I really love to have such an ordinary friend. But it's very difficult. From all the friends that I have had, I don't find anyone who's as ordinary as Andrew. Such an ordinary friend. But everyone who he has met, or everyone that he has introduced to Jesus, they all have become extraordinary because of his introduction. Who do you want to be included in your friend list? Do we have an Andrew in our life? Do we have a Nathan in our life? Do we have a Barnabas in our life? Do we have an Andrew in our life? The first friend that I took, I purposely took Nathan, because we don't like to be hit by anyone. We don't like to correct, you are the one എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമുക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമല്ല. But that is very much necessary in our life. And the second thing, when somebody does like that, there needs to also be a friend. അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ചിലപ്പോൾ എന്നെ പോലുള്ളവർ തകർന്നു പോകും. അപ്പം there needs to be a friend who needs to encourage. Don't worry, yaar, I am there. He might say these things, but I know you may fail sometimes. Don't worry, I am there with you, go along with you. And somebody, a very ordinary friend who needs nothing from me, who's not at all interested in the things that I am having, but he wants that I excel in life. How wonderful and how beautiful it would be to be such a friend to someone else. So as I end today, is it possible for us to take few qualities of this character Andrew, few qualities, and try to be that ordinary friend? Though we all expect someone as an ordinary friend, the challenge before us is, can we become such an ordinary friend? And I believe that is a great challenge. And let us just pray, let us just hope that God will help us to be that ordinary friend for someone, so that they'll be the portrait, we'll be there in the background. But let them excel, we will move back. I just pray that God will help us to lead such a life. Thank you all for coming in. If there is anything that you want to share, we can take in a moment for us to share and move forward.